All right, we're back with another indie comic review. This is Fiendish by Irene, and I don't know if I can pronounce this right, Strychalski. Is that right? Did I get it? And she has been in the independent comic sphere for a little bit now, and I thought this looked really good and compelling as a fantasy story. So I picked it up. It is chapter 1, and you can see it's a smallish graphic novel, about 50-something pages as I recall. And it's got a pretty neat little finish on the title here. It's got like this embellished deal, which is a nice touch. So it starts out with a fellow with his like brother dying or something like that in a town. Looks like it was just ravaged and destroyed, and then it fast forwards a bit of time. So you could get her art here. So she did all of the art except for the colors are done by Carlos Zamudio, I hope. And there you go. She got a little bit of a webcomic vibe to it. I used to read this webcomic called The Phoenix Requiem, and it was fantasy like this. It had a very similar style to it, and I enjoyed that comic, so it actually brought me back fond memories of that. Once it fast forwards, it shifts to this like forest scenery, and one of the characters from before has a group, and a couple people are dying. Look at this pretty cool establishing shot for a town, Alstad, which is where they're from. And I guess some people are, that's a pretty neat concept on the cliff there, just disappearing and dying, and there's some issues with it. They end up meeting this like merchant type of dude, and a monster attacks them. Pretty cool design on the monster. And it pretty much ends with a mystery there of what's going on with these things. So it's a very simple story. The dialogue's really good. And this reminds me of a little Princess Mononoke with the like demon pig, if you remember that. One of my favorite scenes also. This is, I guess, a scene from chapter 2 as it goes forward here. But pretty much ends with this mystery of what these creatures are. And it's a pretty good start. So you get a nice fight where our protagonist, takes down one of these creatures, and the mystery builds as a full series. So very straightforward, which is nice. I like that in fantasy personally. The dialogue's good, as I mentioned before. The characters are interesting enough, and I thought this was a pretty solid first outing for an independent comic. So good stuff all around. Give this an 8.5 out of 10. Enjoyable stuff. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this. Leave a comment down below, and we'll be back soon.